certainly say favors Luminosity. Mirage, as they were kind of hyped up as one of the best teams in the world on this map. We'll have to see if that holds true as they play some of their fellow countrymen.
I mean, they've showed it plenty of times again, homing back to Pro League season. This is definitely one of their better maps overall. Very, very impressive performance time and time again. And this was actually the map we saw that very, very close, I forget it was versus X Luminosity. Ironically enough, it was versus now Mythic, where that game actually ended up going like
5 OTs, yeah. I know, I casted
like 59 rounds or something like that. It was
crazy. Goodness gracious.
But
we are getting it into the knife round right now, guys. And just a real quick reminder for you. The Twitter giveaway that we're doing, just make sure that you follow and retweet at WinOutNet, whatever your favorite giveaway item is that we're happening to give away here. So make sure you guys check that out and get your votes in for whatever item you would like. But back to the match. The knife round, boys and girls. Luminosity, Gamers Academy. I'm ready to rock and roll, boys.
And let's get right into it, guys. Now we're going to see that knife round moving into play. And obviously, again, here, with it being Mirage, it could be a pretty crucial knife round here, as getting that CT side start could be a huge thing, or not so huge thing, depending on how your team plays it out. With both these teams being as close as they are. And I think we should bring that up, because I don't think we actually brought up the very recent, I think it was a scrim officially, but I remember hearing about, in a scrim recently, these two teams played each other, and it was phenomenally close, like 2 maps into overtime or something like that. So, I mean, the lounge odds I was looking at, it was like 85-15 last time I checked in LG's favor. Now, looking at any other performance from LG, that would be correct. However, this team, they competed with them on quite a few different levels, so we might be seeing quite a closer match than some of you may be expecting.
Right, and actually, Gamers Academy walking away with that knife round, so that's huge. They're already looking to go onto the CT side to start this one off, so they're going to put themselves into a pretty good position to try to control things here. And I'm wondering if that's the FNX that I know from the 1.6 days. Lincoln Lau, I believe his name was. Lincoln FNX Lau. Guy was an absolute monster in 1.6. I'm not even kidding. He was one of the best players in the world in 1.6. If there's anybody in chat who can actually confirm that for me, that would be absolutely splendiferous. Lincoln FNX Lau. Let me know if that's actually who that is, because if it is, that's a real treat. That's a 1.6 legend, boys. He actually used to be on the same team as Fallen back in the day when they were on the MIBR squad. Or the, was it the GX squad? It was one of the two teams, but they were on a team together back in the day. I know, I'm bringing some knowledge for you. I'm dropping knowledge bombs here, boys. Knowledge bombs!
All right, guys. Well, it looks like, I believe now... Oh, not yet. Oh, what? I think they're trying to switch sides, I think. Maybe not.
There we go. We're good.
All right, hopefully this is right.
Yes, it is former well, you meant MIBR Fab Martins, but I know exactly what you meant. Yes, so that is FNX. That is the FNX that I thought it was. So that's cool, man. I had no idea. That's some hype right there, boys. Absolute. I mean, rifle monster. M4, AK-47. Typically AK-47. I mean, there's probably 100 frag movies of that guy on online. And here you go. Very aggressive push here in the CT pistol round. And Steel, he's going to get caught out. Nice shot from FNX. Going to be able to take him down. And that's going to be Fur around the corner. And they're going to go to battle right now. Neither one of them wants to give up an inch. And there it is. Still looking for it. And Fur is going to come out. The headshot god. And look at this aggression. Still pushing on in. Fallen's going to go to battle with Lucas. And he's going to lose that one. And now it's going to be on Fur. And he goes down to Showtime. And all of a sudden, we got ourselves a CT advantage, 3-on-2.
LG still trying to fight for control of the stairs here now. We'll work their way up, but a great nade gets tossed in there. Cold finds two, and all of a sudden, back into the control for LG now, as Henny's going to be the last one alive here. Whack over on the A site, trying to hold things, but still with a minute left on the clock, Luminosity is going to have plenty of time to move that bomb over to B and get it planted. However, they're moving very, very slowly. They're going to try to sneak up on them and work this through underpass, but Henny, he's waiting for this one already here, and this is going to get a little bit ugly for LG, unfortunately.
Ooh. If he hits these headshots, oh, he's going to go to battle. He does a little bit of damage to Bolts. Bolts is going to go for the peek out now. And that should be the sign to, let's get the hell out of here. Let's go back through underpass. Let's work our way back over to the B-bomb site, and we'll try to make it happen. Look at that, the decoy grenade. They held on to it for so long, they dropped the decoy in the window, and that holds him a little while longer in the window room. So they've gotten all the way into that B-bomb site, and they should be able to get that plant down with not much of a problem. One at bench. One working his way into the site. That's going to be Cold, trying to make it happen. Getting the plant down right now. Doesn't realize that there's one over by bench. He's going to peek out, and that's going to be Bolts over there. Still doesn't realize that he's right behind the bench. He comes around the side, and he's going to go for the spray and pray. Can he get the knife out? No, he cannot. First round on the board goes the way of LG.
And a very, very close round up until the end there. Trading blows back and forth with a great play from LG again there. And a great play overall from Henny, not to underestimate that as well. He played that pretty well. Unfortunately, ran out of ammo with a pistol, so not able to get that kill. But had he have managed to have, one more shot in the gun and had it have connected, might have still had a chance to clutch that out, as he would have had plenty of time to defuse that bomb still.
All right, so it's going to be an eco round here. They are pretty heavily invested on the CT side. They did go for some armor and some pistol upgrades as well. You see the
having a little bit of trouble making an impact. They're just waiting for their turn to move in, but now they're finally going to decide to go for it here. Moving into the A site, going to try to take control here. Still a stronghold coming out from Lucas, but nobody watching connectors, so Cole's going to push in there for free. You still got, I believe, they're back over here. Who's this hiding in the corner? This is going to be FNXL still hiding in this corner, and they don't expect this. He's going to pop out.
Picks up a rifle as well. That's Fallen. It's all on Fallen now. It's all just shattered here. Fallen's only got 14 HP against 3. They're going to start sticking that defuse, and they are going for it. They do have a kit on Taco, but he's not on the bomb, but they do take him down. FNX with a huge 3K, and they steal away the eco round victory. It's equalized 1-1, boys.
And that's going to throw everything out the window as far as economy is concerned here now. We can see that Games Academy, they've picked up so many guns off this last play as well here. They've got the SMGs that they can use to hold this round off. They've even picked up an AK and a Galil here too, so it's going to be a rather minimal investment overall here. Whereas back over on the terrorist side, Luminosity Gaming, they're just going to go right back into the Tech 9 by no armor with it, and only a smoke and 3 flashbangs, apologies, to work with here. So we'll see what they're able to pull off with those Tech 9s, otherwise known as the mobile rifle.
I've been told by chat that it's actually Hanny and not Henny. So it's actually an A sound and not an E sound. But there you go, Hanny. Actually going to take down Fur to start off the round, and they are going to have that man advantage once again on the CT side of Gamers Academy. And honestly, the setup looking relatively strong here on the CT side. Nothing too unorthodox thus far. And you can see Bolt's actually making his way out towards Tetris. That nade is going to rain in on him. And only does 1 damage, but he's going to go for the peek, and he's going to probably fall here shortly as FNX not able to connect, but Hanny comes in, Lucas as well, and they do manage to take down a clean sweep here for the CT side of Gamers Academy 2-1.
And a much more straightforward round, as we would generally expect coming out from that one there, too. As we mentioned, that was a pretty big take there for the players on Games Academy now. With the minimal investment they went into that round with, only having to pick up about 2 to 3 rifles. Now they're going to be looking really good come this first gun round here now. And the investment looking at LG, it's honestly not that good. I mean, 4 players with smokes, or apologies, only 3 players with smokes. Bolts actually wasn't able to afford one, and Bolt's still stuck on a Galil as well. So it's looking a little bit limited here in terms of the take potential, and post plants are going to be absolutely horrific. So if Games Academy just play this back passively and don't try to resist the take too much, if we see a lot of smoke usage early on by the T's, and they can actually retake it pretty easily, as they won't be able to do much post plant to try and resist that retake.
You can see they're trying to get a little bit of apartments control, and Steel takes a bullet to the back of the head from Bolts, but Bolts is going to be able to take down Taco, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Basically just forced his teammate to die. You can see actually Fallen is going to be able to find one in connector down there. Showtime is going to be able to go down. And now they've already gotten control towards the B-bomb site, but there's still 2 players to contend with, and that's going to be Phoenix over here. He's going to be able to find one. Oh, no! He started to take the silencer off. That's so unfortunate, but look at this. Back and forth again. And it goes down to Hanny and a 1 versus 2. Fallen and Fur, your last 2 remaining. That's 2 pretty strong 2 players to have alive on LG's side, but Hanny, this is the first time that I've seen him with the AWP, so we'll see whether or not he can actually lock this down and continue to put those rounds on the board for the CT side.
And Hanny going to take it nice and slow just in case there was that aggressive push that had come up from LG.
No kit.
Inside of it, no kit either. It's a very important point, so he absolutely has to push this. There's no holding back if he wants to go for it. He's going to decide to. Moving into that site now, taking the corner, checking the spots 1 by 1 with the timer, getting lower and lower. Now he can hear the footsteps coming behind him, and that's already someone from LG leaving the site, but now he sounds the sirens here too. The jump up will come, misses the shot, and that's it. He's going to leave the site now. No way in hell he's clutching that, so it's time to evacuate, get the heck out of there, and save that up. And he's going to be able to do that. They won't catch him. And in fact, he might actually kill. Almost going to take down further, but he actually survives just after the explosion.
There was actually a kit right in front of bench, so if he was able to pick off one, he could have moved forward and picked up that kit and then gone for the defuse at that point. But they do have a little bit of money left on the CT side, so this is going to be another buy-up. And that's going to be a FAMAS in the hands of Showtime and only a CZ for Phoenix. And I'm aware that it's Phoenix. He just spells it FNX. So I say it because it's fun.
I thought it was Phoenix too, man.
Yeah.
You got to be saying the names wrong now.
Well, it's like finesse. We call him FNS. You know? Come on!
All right, well, back into the game. This is a very important matchup, of course. Now we see the terrorists here moving for control of middle now. Very important area. We see a lot of teams relying heavily on control of this very big part of the map. So, again, Fur is going to try to take the charge here and move for control of connector. Not going to get it just yet, but the smoke comes out here now, too, and they're going to smoke window here. So, I believe that's Lucas over there. Won't be able to really contest that too much. He's just going to have to sit back over in ladder room and hope they come back over towards Cat. Still keeping his eyes for a boost here, too, but he's going to meet Cold in a second here, but he's actually not expecting them to be inside the room. The boost comes up, finds the first one, transfers the spray, and picks up the second one, too, so a huge play from Lucas. And already now, Games Academy has the lead in this matchup.
And again, they're going to be trying to push in towards that B-bomb site. They actually spotted the bomb in the halls right there, and that's going to be Steel and Bolts, I believe, trying to bring that one up. And they've got Taco extremely low at 5 HP, but they got to make it happen, and Showtime is going to try to shut it down here. Fur down and out. It's all on Bolts and Steel. They've got one on Catwalk to beat, one in Kitchen, two in Kitchen now, and one more on the backside of the site. And Bolts, he just cannot connect and get that frag onto Lucas on Catwalk. He is going to take the fight with Showtime and does manage to take him down, but it's a very tall order left, and Hanny's going to be able to find one more. Taco's going to go down here, but Hanny finishes it off with a 2K. Up, working wonders, and 3-2, and that's going to probably reset the economy. Actually, not probably. That will reset the economy for the terrorist side of LG. So, Gamers Academy, they're looking to put a 4th round on the board here if everything goes according to plan.
Now it's, again, as you said, it's going to be another eco round here for the players on Luminosity. They're trying to respond to that aggression we just saw in the previous round here, and unfortunately they're not really going to have a large amount of guns to do this with. They've got the Tech 9s, and they were able to do a decent amount of work with that previously, but they're pulling off a whole round, and especially when we've got the fully armed CT team here too, it's definitely not going to be an easy task to accomplish. But nonetheless, lining up now to work into this A site here. You can see they're setting up the smokes here at the moment, and they'll be going into that site any minute, not going to waste any time at all here. And unfortunately for the CTs, they are sort of lined up for a default take right now, so they are going to have to rotate a couple more players into here. You can see I've already got Hani moving in. He's going to try to assist, but there's actually a really well-placed Molly here, too. You can see both Fallen and Bolts have taken a lot of damage for that race. That's going to hold off the push temporarily. It lets Shadow Time get into a great position. He already finds a headshot into Bolts, and they already know that everybody's coming. So that rotation's coming full swing now, and they should be able to hold this off brilliantly. They're going to force the plant, though. That's very important, and it is going to be able to go down, but still, Games Academy slaughtering the players here from Luminosity, and now Fallen's going to fall completely back out of here and look to save the Tech 9 and the armor.
Yeah, not a bad plan. They did exactly what they wanted to accomplish on this round. They've managed to get into the bomb site and get the bomb plant to put the money in the bank, and now Fallen's going to have that Tech 9 and that armor to work into the next round. But for the time being, I mean, it's still Gamers Academy up 2, 6 rounds behind us, a lot of CS left to be played. I mean, we're just now coming into the second third of the first half. Ha! Equations. Mathematics, boys. But again, it's a lot of rounds left to be played, but they're going to double eco here. They want to put the AWP in Fallen's hands. They want to have that bolstered economy. And Cold High going to find Showtime with a nice shot. Or should I say Showtime, since we got to be phonetically pleasing for the chat. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade at the top side of mid. And again, Fallen working his way in, trying to make something happen. He does have Bolts way behind him, trying to work that bomb up and in. Fallen's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. There you go. He's going to go to work with that Tech 9. He's going to be able to find one. Lucas through the smoke takes him down. And Bolts goes down to FNX. That's going to be the bomb dropped as well as Hanny taking out Fur.
3 being kept alive at the end of that round for Games Academy so far with a strong lead. Now going to go for the double op setup here as well. 3 M4s onto the board, still fully lined up. And everybody is going to be fully armed to the teeth here. So this double op setup is absolutely murderous. Again, on the CT side, we see a lot of teams use this, and depending on where you place those ops, if they're in the correct spot, it's going to absolutely destroy any T-sided offensive. So Showtime's going to place himself back over here on the A site, and then Hani, once again, is also going to be back over here on the B site too, watching out for an apartments push. But once again, we see there's a lot of action very quickly here from the Luminosity Gaming side. They move up. They're going to go for a little bit of underpass play. At least that'll be Fur doing that, trying to just spread his wings a little more and see if he can catch anybody out too early, but that won't be the case. Mostly default positions being taken up here by the CTs at this point. And as for the rest of LG, it looks like they are going to start to group up now a little bit more towards middle, since they do get control of that for free. And in terms of which site they'll move, with the bomb planted just outside of the B alleyway right now, looking strong to maybe go there, but in case things go badly, they can still fall back and work for an A take as well.
And Taco again on Catwalk. He's played this ladder room a couple of times, and he actually finds one. Ooh, he's getting flanked out, though. Fallen does manage to catch him reloading. So that time he wasn't as effective, but Lucas is there for the trade. He's going to be able to take him down. Bolts is going to find one from Palace, and that's going to be it. He's going to fall all the way back. Fur actually gets walled or legged or something. I'm not really sure where or what that happened from. I believe that was actually Hanny getting the shot from Van, the backside of the B-bomb site, and they're going to actually rotate all the way back around. They don't realize just yet that they're on a double op setup here for the CT side, but they're about to find out, especially if they come up the A ramp with no smokes and flashes. I mean, they have a Molotov and a flash. They're going to have to go in raw. And that's not the way they want to do it. That was almost a double as well. Bolts, he's going to take a little bit of nade damage there as well. And Showtime, he's just going to have to hold them off for as long as he can. Molotov comes out. He's going to have to fall back. Fur has not peeked from Palace. And he's going to get the crosser onto Bolts. And Lucas is there. And they shut it down 6-2.
Great teamwork again coming in there from the players on Games Academy. Great job just holding off the site. The dual angle spray coming in for those players to take them down. And All the guns making it out from that round, still fully armed to the teeth here as well. And unfortunately for the terrorists, again, the money just not agreeing with them at this point. They're almost on that full losing bonus, so they should be in that infinite cycle pretty shortly. But at least for this one, they're once again going to save up here and go for the Tech 9 armor once more.
All right, so again, it looks like they're going to go for that A setup again. Maybe a bait and switch over towards the B-bomb site. You can see Fur actually going down through underpass really, really quickly, along with Cold trying to go for that pincher move into that A-bomb site. 2 coming up through connector and 3 coming up from the A ramp. Really, they're going to have to watch themselves because Phoenix has actually got himself into sandwich, and this is a very difficult position for them to come out from. They throw the Molotov out from Ticket Booth. They're actually going to go ahead and push on through, and Hanny's going to be able to draw first blood. They still don't know that Phoenix is in sandwich. And that Molotov held them back for so long, and now they're going to go for the peek, and Phoenix is just going to light up 2 of them. No problem whatsoever.
Cold goes for the peak, though. He's actually not going to be able to find the shot, but he corrects it there a little bit. Fur as well, finding another shot, but a great turnaround from Gold. In addition to that Tech 9 kill, he finds another one with a picked up op, takes down Phoenix, and looking for the final one. Oh, not the final one just yet, but still taking down Taco. And then you've got Hani. He's going to be the last player here, working to that 1-on-2, looking for Cold. Cold going to go for the peak here in just a second. Not.
Oh, nasty shot. The flick from Hanny going to take him down, and it's all on Fur, who does have a salvaged M4, and he's got head armor, or body armor at least, in Fur. Looking for the frag. Not going to find it just yet. A lot of spam being issued out. He's just shoulder peeking, trying to find something. Flashbang. Oh, my God, Hanny! The one tap takes him down. 7-2. What a round from Hanny. And just like that, let's go ahead and listen to the Brazilian comms. Apologies to any of the English players that are in the chat right now because you're not going to know what the heck anybody's saying. But this is what Brazilian comms sound like.
Já dropou. Vou desmocar, vai dar B2 aqui. Dá do B. Mocou? O tapete. Pode ser rápido isso, cara. Vai cair. Ó, vai cair uma caverna. Na caverna. Cuidado meio rápido. Cuidado ali. Vai cair, deixa eu vai meio. Não tô mais caverna pra mim. Eu não consigo ver. Vai tomar aqui, ó. Eu tô aqui, ó. Tem um liga. Eu vou ser tapete. Tapete é meu, gato. É, confia. Tapete é meu. Mocou ele. Tá, ele é meu. Eu tô Nico. Mano, deixa eu ficar pulando aí, tá? Tô dando tapete, cara. Tô de scout. Tá. Cuidado liga, clã. Eles querem entrar liga, Tem caverna, Fênix, entrou caverna. Caverna é minha, Tem caverna. Liga. Tô tapete, calma. Tô tapete escondido. C4. Mais um também. Tira o bombe já.
Bom pro sanduíche.
Um sanduíche e outro incendiário.
Sanduíche e sênior.
Vamos junto.
Lucas só liga, Henrique.
Passou ele. Boa! Henrique, recua, Henrique. Será? Tô marcando aqui.
Pode sair de janelão.
Tá, tô no B aqui. Ele tá meado? Tá aqui, liga. Tá. Foi A onde? Foi A ou B? Pode correr, Lucas, é A. Tô entrando. Saiu do bom, velho. Boa. Lida, caralho. Pode ter. Tem arma no...
All right, well, I have absolutely no idea what was going on, but the comms are just in such a fevered pace the entire round, all the way through. You could just tell. For me, it just sounded like it was chaos the entire time. I'm sure that whatever they were talking about was totally relevant to everything that was happening in the round. You know, we saw actually the push. Phoenix did a good job. He got the early pick, and he fell all the way back. He got the pick and connector, fell back, and then they pushed 3 more players all the way up through connector on the terrorist side and caught him out over here in jungle. But then Hanny just hitting those op shots again and again, then coming around from jungle and finishing things off as well. Nice scout shot coming out from the from Lucas, I believe that was as well, the number 4 player on the CT side. So all in all, Gamers Academy are doing a tremendous job on the CT side of Mirage.
Yeah, and they're absolutely kicking some butt right now. 8-2 with a huge lead against Luminosity Gaming, the quarterfinalists from ESL 1 Cologne. So now we see where exactly the CT team is going to position themselves for, as Luminosity Gaming once again having a little bit of trouble finding that correct spot to push every single round here. They keep trying a bunch of different options, but nothing's really come up strong for them so far, and it's going to be the same problem here as already we talked about that before. There was that attempt to push out towards middle, but Cold took so much damage in the process, dropped to 3 HP. Amazing, got out of it alive, but well, he was able to make it out, and they're still full survive strong at this point, so still can go for any site they choose. The smoke comes out. That's going to go back over there towards middle, hopefully to give Fur A little bit more momentum here as he tries to push forward and gets that very, very small angle to look through here in connector, but he's called it as an all clear. 35 seconds left. They're going to have to make a move for this sooner or later. Phoenix as well, still underneath. He's going to hear Fallen moving in from Palace. Nobody else to challenge him right now, and still Phoenix has been quiet as a mouse. Now we can hear the ball funneling in, so he's going to get that call out to rotate over here, as this is definitely going to be one of the pushes, but a great molly again. It's going to force him out, and Bolts opens it up from LG.
Yeah, and a beautiful opening there from the LG side. They're trying to bounce back into this one, missing a crucial op shot that would have dropped the bomb planner. Unfortunately, Cold is going to be able to get down, and Hanny just can't connect this round. Still can't connect. Still can't connect. Finally able to take down one. Switches over to the Tech 9 and gets two. Looking for the third. The flashbang comes in. Actually, Team Flash, but Steel is going to be able to finish that off. Chaos at the end of that round, but LG comes out on top.
Perfect execution coming out from LG there as well. Just waiting for their perfect time to move into that site. Took the timer down super low. And again, had waited till there was enough fidgeting going on in the Games Academy side to where they would have rotated towards middle just to give them more floater perspective, as they still had no clue as to where that push was going to be moving in from. So waited a perfect amount of time, put everything on to Phoenix there to try and hold it. He got the call out, but it was too late there. As everybody was off site, they still had to go for those awkward rotations, and considering they were able to just get him out, and he wasn't even able to perform his job of picking up those 1 and 2 trade frags there. Once again, it was a fairly simplistic site take from there, and they came out of it beautifully to finally pick up another round for the LG side.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be Hanny with an M4 and head armor this round. Actually bought out. A little bit extra money for him, and Fallen is going to be able to draw first blood show time down and out. And they've got to be careful. Bolts lurking around in apartments. There is no bomb being shown just yet in this matchup, so they're still waiting to see something. FNX going to take a battle, but lose it to Bolts. And he goes down, so it's a two-man advantage now here for the terrorist side of LG. Hanny still holding, but back firebox. See if he can do anything with this position in this M4, but the bomb is going to be rotated around. It looks like towards mid or all the way back towards T-spawn. So it looks like they're going to be favoring again towards the A-bomb site, going for that pincher move again. As you can see, there's one in underpass. Actually, he's up in ladder room. There's one in mid. And this flank coming out from underpass. Oh, just poor timing there from Taco. That's just a bummer that happened that way. But again, here we go. This is going to be all on Hanny. He's going to be able to drop the bomb carrier. That's good. He's popping just a couple of shots to find that frag. And he's got Bolts to beat. Going to be able to take down Bolts, and they still haven't cleared out this position. He's still holding strong. Now he's the only man alive, and he's still trying to tap him down. Still looking for the kills. Gets another one. Not able to get any more, but a 3K from the backside of the firebox and a good hold there from Hanny. And let's go ahead and take a listen to the LG comms.
Eu dropo. Oh. Fica ligeiro que eles estão dando muito combate meio, tá, galera? Não tenta essa brecha. Eles estão fugindo de grande, Espera um pouquinho pra dominar meio, vai ser split B no final do round, tá? Tá bom. Não entendi onde é o final? Nada do round split B. B? Duas smoke caverna. Vou smocar agora meio. Já chegou aí. Vou colocar a janela. Nada canudo. Coloca a janela pra mim, vem? Chegar agora, calma. Eu tô B1 aqui, velho. Se quiser eu posso fazer um tempo. Depois você faz. Tem janela. Tem costinha na mira mesmo, tá bom, a gente faz aqui. Tá. Ah, o top não pode pra liga. Vamos aí, começa a liga, Forte. Vou resmocar a janela já, hein, mano.
Scary.
Calma. Tem L avançada. Resmoquei agora. L nada, mira. Pega essa. Vou passar pro L. Pega essa coisa. Cabecinha clear. Tô entrando liga. Pode ter Moscou de novo, hein. Calma. Me espera um pouco. Vai em cima do tapete, Ó, não, nada Moscou. Em cima do tapete, baixa agora, vai. Bom miado, sentindo Mario, bom, peguei o bom. Boa, pegou o bom. Eduardo nada. Tô enrolando com nada. Pega que você tá aqui. Tô fazendo clear. Eu vi um cabecinha, viu? Clear. Tá. Dá cover aí, alguém, por favor. Plantar pro ele, viu, Fal? Vou plantar pro ele, viu, Fal? Plantar pro ele, tá. Peguei o Mario. Só não vi. Tô janela, hein. Já dava, não tava?
All right. Well, Hanny going to be the last one alive with the AWP in hand. That's just unfortunate right there at the very end. I believe that was actually Lucas lurking over in that B-bomb site. Not able to stop the bomb planer. Nice shot from Fallen's going to take him down from that AWP. And he still knows that Bolts is over here somewhere in this A-bomb site. Still looking for him somewhere over there. He's 15 HP, very, very low, but not able to find him just yet. Let's see if he can get the shot off on Cold. Oh, he's just going to get pinched. He does get the shot on Cold. Spins around, just barely misses the shot onto Bolts, and Bolts is going to be able to execute the 3K. They actually took both of the bomb sites simultaneously at the same exact time and ended up getting their 5th round on the board. So they're trying to make this a little bit of a comeback, a little bit closer going into the second half here.
And you can tell LG, basically as you said here, they're furious. They want to make this comeback happen, and it's basically now been a complete flip of what we've seen. We had a huge 6-round streak being built up by the CTs over on Games Academy, and now it's been 3 straight for the players here on LG, and if they can keep it going here for these last 2 rounds, they're still going to have a very, very competitive chance when we switch side, because the big thing to remember is you only expect to pick up 6 to 7 rounds maybe here on the T side. Picking up any more than that, then that's going to make it a great half for them, and already here at 5 points, they can already consider this a semi-decent T side at half, and now it's all about just building upon that from this point. However, Games Academy not going down this eco round without a fight, as you can see Showtime finding another frag over there, going on to Fur. Still 4 alive here for the LG roster at the moment, but the bomb already going down, and no site access being given here at all. Just going to be looking for guns at this point over on the Games Academy roster, and with this AK picked up by Showtime, they're going to go for that save. And as for Phoenix, definitely going to be looking for some exits at this point.
Yeah, he's got one over here in CT spawn. That's going to be Steel, who actually just worked his way into the window room, so he's probably not going to find anything over in that direction. But Steel actually goes back towards CT, makes some noise as well. Flashbang out around the corner. Just baiting for Phoenix, and now they're going to lay the pen shot. Now comes the peek. Phoenix gets the headshot, but now he's got to worry about the man coming from behind him. The Molotov is there, and Cold comes around the corner. Cold looking for the frag. He's got Phoenix blind. He is going to be able to take him down. No extra rifle in his hands through to the next round, but that's all right because Showtime managed to hold on to that AK.
And we go into the last spot around here, the last round overall for both of these teams. Games Academy with a huge lead. But now we've seen that swing back happen here on the terrorist side of things. 8-6, looking to make it possibly 7 here if they can pick up this round as well. But standing in the way is a rather imposing force of guns once again from the counter-terrorist Games Academy team. The double op setup is ready to go with Hani as well as Showtime. So we'll see what they can pull off here. And Showtime getting aggressive but not realizing standing in the molly there. So he's going to get dropped down to 47 HP because of that one. The play now coming out very quickly onto the A site. Fur finds the opener, but Showtime gets the man up shot. He's going to be able to take down Fur, but they sit back for a little bit here. And now again looking for another shot. Can't connect it that time though, and a lot of grenade fire coming up at Showtime on the repeat there. He's going to be able to grab Fallen, limiting their potential time after time again as they try to find their way into this site. They're going to be able to get that plant down, but again, drop the 3 players, and Games Academy is going to be a man up. 2 men up now as Taco as well is going to be able to find Cold. The retake coming in strong, and again, the angle potential here is not looking so good for LG at this point either. Bolts was stuck up in Palace, and now Steel, he's going to get mollied out of his spot. He's pushed over here up on a Tetris, and he's getting slowly knocked out too, so a great retake here. Very patient one as well, and still with plenty of time left to defuse that bomb. The CT's Games Academy are going to come out on top of this half with a 9-6 scoreline.
And it's like you said, that double op setup that they had running there, it paid dividends for him. Now, Hanny didn't actually get any kills, but Showtime playing strong from the jungle, able to pick off 3 players, especially get the opening trade. Fur was able to find his player in the A bomb site, and he was just able to trade that immediately afterwards. And they actually killed the bomb planter right after he finished planting the bomb, which timing-wise could have been a little bit better, but they eliminated that player when he was basically defenseless. So kudos to them on a good first half, 9-6 being your scoreline. And we'll see if they can walk away with the pistol round. They might be able to take this map off of LG. They're in a good spot right now.
And again, the big thing there, too, is, I mean, just let them plant because it's the last round anyway, so the plant doesn't really matter economically-wise. So if you catch them there, then, well, it's a free kill, essentially, as he has to take the time to pull his gun out again. So here we go, switching sides. We go right into our second half, guys. And once more here, Games Academy having the edge over Luminosity Gaming. Luminosity now on the CT side. They're the favored side as far as this map is concerned, and they are going to try to throw them for a ride a little bit here. The bomb is with them, though, and that's the big problem, as Cole's going to find the opener here. Fallen as well. The bomb is down, and that's not what the players here in Games Academy need to have, but it's all been a ruse as both Hani as well as Taco rolling in now into the site, but they're not paying attention. Look, Fur's still alive by the van. They're planting it, and Fur's is going to one-tap the planter there. Gets a second one as well. Taco finding a response, but now it's a 2-on-1, and Taco has to try and clutch this out. And as we see Taco again continue to try and work this here at this point, looking for that headshot there with the USP. He finds one, so this is still very much so around. He could win 50 seconds as well, but he's looking away now from Bolts, who's playing from inside the market, but Bolts as well, a little bit too...
Oh, he gave his position up, throwing the nade out.
Yeah, and that nade doesn't even go where he wants it to either, so that's a huge miss. Now Taco, he should be able to play this perfectly and get that plant down as he moves away again, just to be safe here. He might have actually been thrown a little bit for a ruse with that nade positioning, but again, he still wants to play it, still very cautious. He has to get this plant down soon, though. Otherwise, he's going to run far too low on time, and we can easily see Bolts just peek out and take him down as the bomb is getting planted.
He does have a smoke that he picked up.
I don't think he knows where he is yet. I don't think that nade gave away the position as much as we thought it did. Because I think there's still a suspicion that it was coming inside of
This is a good plant spot. This is the right play right now for Taco. He smoked off Cat. He didn't see anybody push through, so he plants the bomb for Cat. He's going to fall on back. But when he actually spotted, he gets the clutch! A 4K for Taco in a 3v1 clutch! What a monster! He had a pretty much abysmal first half. Not much. He was 5-11 before that round, and he gets the quad of the pistol. Gamers Academy, 10-6.
And that's now going to set Gators Academy up here to have a huge lead, 10 to possibly 12 to 6 potentially at the end of these anti-ecos. But they're actually not going to go for their full buys as of yet here too. You can see that they're taking it a little bit more light here and sticking to the Tech 9s just in case some Tech 9s and SMGs. Apologies here on at least on Hani as he wants to save up and be able to get that up here. So that's for the rest of the team though. SMG is on Showtime and NTC, or apologies, on Phoenix. And then as for Lucas, he's gone for the Galil while Taco gone for the full upgrade there on the AK as he can definitely afford that coming out of that one with a 4K. But now Lucas, he's already pushed forward to Ticket Box. He's going to find the opener and take out bolts. Cold gets a response and Steel as well. Games Academy getting a little bit too aggressive. They're going to get responded to, and all of a sudden here we do have the lead potentiality for LG, but it gets responded to back as Phoenix is going to find another headshot kill with the SMG, but Steel as well gets another one. He's going to find the CZ kill to take out Phoenix. Back over here, Ticket Box.
They got to play this one very carefully because it's all down, and then there it is, Fallen, cleaning up the last two. It's shades of the first half all over again. Terrorist side pistol round, CT side anti-eco victory. Craziness, and it's like you said, a little bit too aggressive there on the Gamers Academy side, and they end up paying the price for it. They couldn't get the opening picks that they wanted to. They got into the bomb site, they got the bomb planted, but then they got stifled by getting too aggressive. Lucas pushing into CT spawn. He got the pick, yeah, but then he kept pursuing with an expensive rifle and ended up falling for it. So, not the smartest plays being made by Gamers Academy. A little overzealous on the anti-eco, and LG steals it back.
Yeah, and correcting what I said earlier as well, I thought that we had to go on the light buys, but I completely misread those icons. And considering we did see the full rifle buys coming out there from Games Academy, it leaves them with virtually no cash at all to work with here in this round. So they're going to be restricted to basically all Glocks. And you can see this, dude. They don't buy a single thing this round. They're going to go for the absolute save at this point. Not even a flash to try and work a sight take.
We'll see if they can actually get in and get a bomb plan. Obviously, that's the prerogative, but Steel is going to have the Galil over in the B-bomb site. He's going to be able to take down Showtime, and that's going to leave us on a 3 versus 5 as Hani and Taco, nice shot from Fallen, and now it's going to be Phoenix and Taco. Their last two alive. Bomb is over by the A ramp, but there's still two CTs over in this area defending with one in window room and one near on connector. Catwalk at the current moment, Cold. They're going to go for a little bit of a bait and switch, but that's not going to be enough as Bolts finishes it off. Phoenix goes down. 10-8 now is going to be your score line.
Just 2 more rounds away here now. Luminosity Gaming looking to tie things up on the CT side, but going right back into the swing of things here now. We do see the rifle buys coming out from the Games Academy side, and pretty decent nade stacks here too. Smokes for the most part here. We talked about this before. They've got those 4 flashbangs. The big problem is going to be in the post plants there. But again, with 4 flashes in the works, assuming those 2 players can keep themselves alive and well, then shouldn't be too hard to handle against the CT retake. And now we'll see again here. 2 lined up to work in from A ramp and a fake squad now. They're moving through the B apartments area, but actually moving back over to try and take control of middle. There's a nice molly that comes out there, though, from LG. That's going to slow that down in a big way. That's going to help to run the timer down once again. And I overall here, I think LG pretty much know exactly what's going on with this one, as they have their smokes as well as their mollies set up perfectly to counter this exact strat from Games Academy. So they're going to have to take a step back and go for Plan B.
And Plan B being go for Site B. Cold getting a little aggressive here in the apartment hallways and B halls, and it's lucky that he didn't get caught out there, as you did see a little exchange of fire, but again, falling all the way off of that B bomb site to start things off. Oh, they walk right into it. Crotch shot to Taco. He's going to be down to 17 HP, and now the flashbangs and the smokes come out. And they're going to be able to find a little bit of damage, but Cold still doing his job and doing it well at the B bomb site. Steel is going to be there to assist, and they do take down 2 more members. And Taco going to come around the corner. Cold is still sitting and ready. Now it's down to just Hani and Phoenix.
And unfortunately, very little momentum to work this take here. So Fur just pushes forward. He's going to find one and gets the second 2 on that big rotate. So there you have it. LG closing out the first gun round here and bringing it that much closer to tying it up and probably sealing the deal in the tie at least there with that round. Is unfortunate for the Terrorists. Again, money situation, not at a point where they can force buy up every round just as of yet. So they're going to have to go for the full save here once again. And it is going to be another one of those full saves here. Only 2 P250s bought and 2 flashbangs.
So another eco round coming out here from the Terrorist side of Games Academy. We'll see whether or not they can make anything happen this round, as it looks like a couple players want to go fast towards the A bomb site. And look at this, actually an aggressive push down onto the A ramp. They're going to clear out that area and know that nobody is down around here at all. Showtime goes down to a nice headshot from Cold's AWP over by the B bomb site, and that's going to leave things all up to, well, actually that was a very aggressive push. And Bolts swinging 90 degrees. be able to find Lucas and Phoenix, and now they're just savvy to the fact that, hey, they're probably lurking the bomb in Palace. First going to go over there and clean that up, and now we're tied back up 10-10. So we got ourselves a game here, boys.
Absolutely, a very, very close game indeed, and for Games Academy here, they're going to have to figure out a way to work past that very, very strong CT side defense here, and they're going to have to figure it out quickly here too, because again, that money starting to stack up now for the CTs. You can see Fur and quite a few others sitting at around 9K at this point, so they need to try and find a way to, if not take rounds here very shortly, then at least try to get 3 to 4 kills in each round so they can keep the money situation low. So we'll see again now, back over here on the terrorist side for Games Academy, looking to try and work that same take they looked for earlier, where they move 2 players from underpass and try to go do that mid to A take. But again, the play back over here too, Bolts, you can see on a huge rotate, he's already going to find Hani, but Phoenix there along with Lucas going to get 2 more to trade it out, so they are going to be a man up to start it. Fallen again, evens out the equation, bringing it back into a 3-on-3 situation, but they're in the site now, they're going for the take, and they should be able to get the plant, which so far has been a little bit of a problem for them.
They lucked out there because Fallen was actually going for the jump down into window, and Fallen actually goes for the peek. They boost up, and Fur finds Phoenix. Lucas finds Fallen. We're back down to a 2 versus 2. The bomb has been planted, though. Taco, he's playing by the backside of Firebox, and he goes down, so all that's left is Lucas with 13 HP and a dream. He does have the bomb planted in his favor. They're going to go ahead and smoke things off, and he's got to be flawless on this. He is on the bomb. Lucas not going to be there in time, and Lucas does get the kill on the Fur, but it's a little bit too late there. 11-10 now in favor of LG as they've brought this one back. And they've done it in a fashion of 5 rounds in a row.
Now, the good news is that now we're going to be at that point where, again, we just discussed this, where they're going to be at that infinite buy limit. Unfortunately, obviously, it's not going to be infinite because in 5 rounds here, we will see LG win the game. But it does give them a little bit more freedom to hopefully experiment with different strategies and find something that works. Now, when they do find something that works, obviously, they've got to do it 2 times in a row. Otherwise, they're just going to be as broken again, and that could essentially seal the deal for LG taking this map. But at the very least now, they're not going to have to worry about managing the economy as heavily.
Missed the smoke window. Whoops. That's unfortunate.
A little bit. So now we see again here, Fallen position.
Oh!
Honey, what the
Was that a jumping off shot?
I think it was.
Or did he jump?
Yeah, look, yeah. Fallen. Even
Oh
Fallen.
my God! What the hell was that? I saw it from Fallen's point of view. All I saw was his head pop up and boom! Holy smokes!
I'm pretty sure it was a jumping shot because the player that was with him at top mid was over towards the other side of the boxes. I don't think he could have been boosting him at that point.
Whew! Goodness gracious, my heart can't take it. Hani's going to find another one that's going to be stealed down and out in another trade. They do have Fur aggressive on the A ramp. That was insane. The shot heard around the world. Cold is going to finally silence Hani, and that's going to be down to a 3 versus 2. So the heroics might have been off or not, but holy smokes. Unbelievable.
And now Showtime here, going to try to force the envelope, try to push into the B site, but Cold is there. Cold is like not going to let anybody breach that. He picks up the final 2 frags. And again, LG just shutting it down. Now taking a pretty strong lead against the players here from the Games Academy. They were leading 9-6 at the start of this half, but have since fallen behind. Only picking up that pistol, and ever since then, we've been on another CT-sided monster streak here, up to 6 rounds. This is actually essentially what we... This is almost a mirror of what we had happen on our previous half here for the most part.
Almost. It's very close to the same, but again, they're going to put the AWP over here by A ramp. Hani's going to have that in hand, and he's going to be looking for another frag over towards that A jungle side, but the smoke's a little bit off, so he can see through it. So if they went for the peak, he might have been able to capitalize on it, but unfortunately, that's not what's going to happen. And look at this Fur. He's on a mission right now, but Phoenix is there. See how I hesitated? Perfect timing.
Yeah, it was good there, man. You got the comedic timing gift.
It's called theater.
So Hani once again here now. He's going to be looking for this peak to come out from Ticket Box, but Fallen is going to completely deny him of his patience there as he just peeks right out there. I believe that was back over by Tetris or from stairs. Yeah, so he's going to shut him down pretty quickly. And now that evens out the equation again, but Fallen finding a second one now puts it back into the favor of LG. And although it looks like they're still probably going to try for this A take, LG is more than ready for this one. Yep.
Misses the 4th one, gets it on the return, and now Phoenix. It could be an off ace. Steals it.
So 13-10 now. Not starting to look too good here for Games Academy, and this is going to be probably the strategical pause that comes out from them. They've fallen behind. And again, this is a very valid time to pause it here too. They're 3 rounds up. They're getting to that point where it's almost at that point where you can't really make any more mistakes. At least at this point now, they still have the 3 kind of little strikes left before obviously the game is over. So they're going to take a step back and hopefully try to think of some more strategies to use, because they've been trying a couple different things, but nothing has been panning out. LG is doing a fantastic job with trying to scout out these strategies and overall counting them out with great smokes and overall just counterplay here too. The calls on LG are just absolutely fantastic, and every single time they get to the right spot.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like you saw, I mean, obviously that shot from Hanny at the top side of mid, nuts shot, and he actually doubled up that round as well, getting the trade frag onto Steel on Catwalk. But then LG, they don't lose their composure. They're down a man. They bring it back anyway. They're able to find their rhythm on the CT side, and that's exactly what's happening here. And it's coming on the back of Cold, who's sitting at 21 and 14. Fur obviously doing Fur things, 18 and 16, and Fallen at 18 and 14. But Cold, I mean, he's their new acquisition. You know, ever since ZQK, you know, they parted ways with ZQK and brought Cold into the roster. I was going, all right, who's this guy? How is he going to be able to perform? And so far, I've been very impressed with him. Especially, you know, when we saw the Cologne major a couple of weeks ago, Cold was very impressive there. And I think the only way that LG has to go is up. And this is a little bit closer than I actually thought it was going to be, but I expected this to be a good matchup.
So again now, the players here on Games Academy looking for that direct push into the A site. Eco's going to get tossed out, and already here you can see too, LG, they rely a lot on the sort of nerve, and there's so much info too because they don't have anybody watching the flank. So first push up, he knows there's not any action at mid, and a lot of the indicator to suggest a lot of this time in this half that GA would go towards B was that they would go for mid play first. So they're probably going to be able to call this, and here comes the rotations now just as the take starts from the Games Academy guys.
I'm pretty sure they spotted the alt barrel there from Fallen's op over by ladder, or by the stairs, and they're just going to push on up. Bolts is going to be able to find Hanny, and the action is going to heat up here at the A bomb site. They do have two over by CT spawn. Steel is going to be able to take down another one. Lucas trades it out, and they've got one more to beat over there by the ticket booth. That's going to be Bolts. He goes down. Now they've got Fallen over there as well with the AWP. He finds another one. It's a double up setup with an M4 to boot against two Galils, and Fallen, he's still looking for it. But Fur coming around from behind is going to be able to clean that up, as well as Cold onto Phoenix, and that is going to be a 14-10 scoreline. So the thought was there, the execution was good, but the cover, the CT cover, they didn't have a smoke down in CT spawn, so they basically gave free reign onto LG on the bomb plant.
Yeah, because that's what we just talked about with the calls on LG being so strong. Their movement and overall dominance of the map is just like amazing at this point here too. So that's another thing that they're gonna have to watch out for. So as we said, a good attempt on the strategy, but now they need to consider these other factors as well. And unfortunately, they're getting to a point where they're running out of options here. 14-10, they've only got two more chances to where they can try to pull something out and try to make this comeback swing happen. And it's got to be flawless from that point forward too. But now Fur pushes up. He only gets the 1 for 1 though. Again, not really revealing anything either.
He was able to get a little bit of info that there was at least one more player over on that side of the map as the trade did come out, and he does have a teammate that's up on Catwalk aggressively, and that flashbang is going to thwart Lucas's plans to try to get over in that direction, and Steel is going to be able to clean up another one. So again, it's going to be a little playful banter. If somebody wants to translate that in chat and let me know what they're talking about. But Lucas finds Steel. The trades are back and forth right now. Fallen with a little tiny gap in the smoke takes down Lucas, and Taco falls to Bolts. That's going to leave it on Hanny over here in a 1 versus 3. Let's see what he can do. He's going to be able to spot the top of Bolt's head. Actually dinks him through the wall and takes him down with the AK. But he's still got to deal with Fallen and Cold, both of them with an AWP in hand. Both of them doing tremendous amount of work. It's just a firing squad. 15-10 now. Luminosity trying to put this one to bed and move on as our first team out of the groups in the top fashion.
All right, so again, firing on the edge of defeat. And keep in mind, guys, as well here that GA, if they drop this game, they're not going to be out of the event just yet. They're going to go down to the lower finals of this group play, and will face off against the winner of the losers game that was just recently played off on the other stream channel. So they're not going to be out yet if they do drop this one, and they'll still have a chance to qualify in their next game.
And again, Fur, they just... All right, Fur, go do what you do. Go shoot him in the head and kill people, and then tell us where they were, is basically the strat that the CT side is using. And you know what? It's working. I mean, he was over in Palace pushing aggressively. This is like the 3rd time in a row that he's pushed up mid. He dropped down into... actually, he pushed up mid 2 rounds ago. He went underpass the round before this. Up mid again this round. Probably if it goes to another round, barring any kind of craziness, then, you know, he could, you know, Palace push. We've seen him all over the map doing all of these aggressive pushes, and it's working. Because look at how timid they are on the terrorist side. Look at how far back they're playing on both sides of the map, how disengaged they are from each other. And you can see still over on this other side, you've got your 2 CTs actually stacked up underneath of the balcony.
It's because of the push that comes out there from first so early on. It actually holds them back and prevents them from getting so much info there too, exactly for the reasons you stated, because they get so timid, so they're not really able to find much. But now getting back into the swing of things, this possible fake towards B might work out brilliantly if they keep things quiet. If they're able to find bolts and kill them, though, then they might have control of the site. Fallen, though, takes out the faker, and now it's going to be on here on the B site, or the A site, apologies.
They do get up on bolts, and they do manage to take him down, and now they're going to be going for the plant, and they are planting behind the box, which is good, because Steel isn't going to be able to do much from the position that he's in, except spot Hanny's head and get danked twice from an AK.
Taco's separated from right now due to that molly, though, so he can't push out, but that molly's going to go down and actually should reposition somebody else. However, Steel's going to take out his teammate, and now it's all going to be Taco. Trying to clutch it out, does a little bit more damage, but now they know exactly where he is. He's down to 6 HP, and this looks like, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the end of it here. Almost so close on all three of those players, but it's not going to happen, and LG will be the first team to make it out of this group, guys. 16-10, a very, very close match, but unfortunately the T side there from Games Academy just a little bit too weak here on this map. And because of that, they are going to fall down to the lower bracket. Once again, not out just yet, but now barring elimination if they do drop their next match against the winner of the loser match that was played earlier on the other stream.
Absolutely. So, guys, stay tuned for more matches coming up this afternoon. And be sure to check out the losers, well, not the, I guess it's the 1-1 teams.
Yeah.
Check out the 1-1 teams. That's going to be on WinOut TV 2 on azubu.tv. And as a reminder, again, guys, the Twitter giveaway that we're doing, as we switch to our lovely graphic here, make sure that you follow and retweet at WinOutNet with whatever your favorite giveaways are for your chance to be entered in one of the giveaways for all of those beautiful prizes that are on your screen, guys. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a little bit.